Hey guys, good afternoon. We'll let some folks filter in here and give you an update on the timing out the exit of the rainfall. It's pouring down rain pretty good right now. I'm in Martinsville today and or Morgantown area, and it's raining good. I am sharing my status here. I'd like for you guys to do the same. But yeah, if you can't see, there you go. Kind of step out of the way. That's my truck in the way of the view here. Sorry, it's storming. It's storming out. This little thunderstorm cluster coming through. Um, Strong storms. Some of these are strong. Some of these are. I'm going to turn on the radar here and share this with you. This is a look here at radar right now, and I'll kind of go over a couple of things. Put this into motion so you can kind of see what we're dealing with. There's the thunderstorm cluster or line, if you will, moving through the area. Doing some weird jumpy action there in the loop, isn't it? But what I'm most focused on here is the stuff out to the west here and kind of timing the back edge of this. I'm very curious in this here. Now, before I get too far, this because it's all dry back in here. This is dry weather. The thunderstorm cluster down here in southern Indiana, here at Louisville, getting into Cincinnati, as this treks east, this is putting out some nasty wind warnings. It's a strong storm there out ahead of this. Some severe wind gusts being possible down there across the south. But what we want to hone in on is when is this going to exit the area? All right, power outages a few thousand here in Louisville. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me with how strong that wind is down there. I am on my laptop and using my cell phone as data because the lights have flickered where I'm at a couple times. But again, yeah, we'll put this into motion just for you here east of Louisville, southwest of Cincinnati. Again, that's a nasty cluster of thunderstorms. It is most likely that the Weather Service is going to issue a severe thunderstorm watch for eastern Indiana and western Ohio. I will show you that as well, and show you where that looks to be going. This is a look here at the Clarity platform. Severe thunderstorm watch likely going to come here for eastern Indiana, most of Ohio and northern Kentucky. But again, I want to point attention to right now. This is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We've got plenty of lightning in and around the area, and you can see the amount of lightning is. There's a lot of it, cloud to ground and cloud to cloud. The dashes are cloud to cloud lightning, and the lightning bolts are cloud to ground lightning. So it should be raining now at the track, and the heavy rain is just now to the south of it. Again, you can see that moving into the area right now. Along, it's pouring down rain where I'm at. Really heavy too. But you can again see all the lightning in the area. They have a policy for 8 miles. Once lightning reaches 8 miles of the track, it's all bets are off. Right now, the closest strike is 9 miles away. It won't be any minute, any second. This inner ring will turn red or orange for lightning in the area, and they'll be all bets are off for a little bit there. That's right now. I mean, for the next hour to, hour and a half, we're going to be looking at a heavy rain across the area. But I want to point your attention to what I'm seeing back out here across the west. Okay, you can kind of see. I'll zoom this out a little bit. I'm going to turn the alerts off just to unclutter the screen here. You can see the rapid clearing taking place on the side of this. The low-level jet stream is really working in. Sorry, I've got a little bit of water coming into the garage here. The low-level jet stream is really the nose of that low-level jet working in on the backside, causing that clear out to happen. This will undoubtedly allow for the rain to clear out of here relatively quickly. So on the back side of this, we're probably looking at a 2 to 30 exit. In fact, we can kind of time that out as I am with you guys. I'll show you kind of how I do that, just so you get an idea of being able to see the speed of the backside of the system, and it kind of helps us get an idea of, all right, so the speed that the backside's moving can tell us when the clear out comes on the north side, on the east side or the head of the system, if you will. So let me show you this real quick. Let me go in and share this particular screen with you and show you what I'm talking about. What we want to watch is the movement here of the backside of the moisture. All right, we put this into motion. I'll show you how this is done. It's actually a neat little trick. We want to watch the backside timing. Okay, so that's the back there. This is at 12:30. I'm going to take it back to 11:30, which 1 hour ago, which is right here. Okay, and we're going to measure the distance that it moved from here to here in 1 hour. So starting point, ending point. All right, you can kind of see exactly where I'm going to draw that line. Okay, right here. And then we're going to go back to the current time. You can see that backside is moving at 50 miles per hour. That's how quick the backside clearing has moved in the last hour. Now, with that said, what we'll do is we'll zoom in. We know that it's 50 miles per hour. We know that the IMS is about right here. We'll get a backside right there, right at 100 miles. So that tells me that this right here is 100 miles away from the track. In 2 hours is exactly 2:30. 2:30 is when we expect this backside area of moisture to be east of IMS. See how that works? That's pretty cool. Okay, so that adds confidence, kind of shows us what we think is going to happen with the departure of rain. But in the meantime, we know we're dealing with rain at the track for the next 2 hours. I would say anywhere from 2 hours is 120 minutes. I would say anywhere from the next 90 to 120 minutes, it will be raining at the IMS, at the track. Okay, just based on the idea of timing the backside out, looking at the radar, and it's about ready to get super heavy here at the track. I'll turn on the location here so you can see where IMS is. So here's IMS, and you can see the heavy stuff right here. It's probably about 8 to 10 minutes away. I can dual pan this for you so you can kind of see wind gust estimates right now. About 45 to maybe an isolated wind gust of 50 miles per hour, but plenty of lightning as well. So it's this area right here that we are watching for move in to the track in the next 10 minutes for heavy rain, gusty winds. So far, sub-severe conditions anticipated here with this. Go back to the single panel view. We'll pull it out here, and you can see what we're looking at. Now, I will say there has been reports of 80 mile per hour wind gusts just north and east of Louisville. This thunderstorm cluster down here is nasty. Getting into Madison, North Vernon, Carrollton. Okay, nasty thunderstorm cluster there with heavy winds. Look at those wind estimates on radar, nearing 70 miles per hour. Again, just hearing about an 80 mile per hour gust down there. So nonetheless, it is an active radar this afternoon, if you will, but very encouraged by the clearing I'm seeing out there right now. Okay, so I'll go real quick. I don't know why the Weather Channel is showing severe weather at 2:30, but that is not correct. It's very wrong. That's not the idea right now. Again, I want to show you regional radar using clarity, and you can see the clearing and just how evident it is at this point. Now, we pushed a nowcast out to our customers not long ago, timing this out. This is where we have the the backside system coming through, right, or the leading edge. You can see the timing for the leading edge as it moves east. Again, we are most likely looking at a severe thunderstorm watch that's going to come for eastern Indiana and most of Ohio here anytime, 80% probability of that. And then we also issued this for the greatest risk of rainfall at 1 inch or 1.5 inches and the potential for some flash flooding. That was issued about 1 hour ago from our team as well. So we've been pushing updates out like wild banshees this morning, and giving you the latest. Again, we'll go back in here. In fact, we just saw the really just seeing the inner ring here. Lightning strikes just been registered here on the inner ring. We'll see that turn different color here any second. As again, you can see there's IMS, there's the speedway, and there's the heavy rain just to the south and west of it as it's moving in right there. So we'll kind of keep this in motion for you. I'll see if I can take some questions and share this with a friend, tag a friend. Let folks know rain moving in. We believe it moves out here of the speedway right at 2:30, perhaps maybe just a little bit before it can move out at 2:20, 2:15 to 2:30 is kind of the thought process right now. So there's that 7.9 mile notification I just got on my device, and you can see that range ring has turned red. So their inner ring is saying, hey, there's lightning within 8 miles, cloud to ground lightning strike right there just northwest of Claremont. Down, get the folks out of there. We'll slow that down for you. And there is lightning now. Obviously, pretty much hard to argue that one. It's there. Let me see if I have questions. A lot of questions on the timing for the evening round. I'll talk about that in just a second. Getting a lot of questions there. I'll go over one more time the thought process on the exit of this, because I do believe that's important. I do believe the exit timing is important. We've been talking about this now for, since we put the video out yesterday. We've been on this timing now for a couple days. Pretty much nothing new here. I have this particular color table selected. I'm going to show you because it does a great job with contrasts of showing you the backside of this. I'm going to show you one more time for those of you just tuning in. This is the backside of the moisture. Okay, right here. I have the backside moving at 50 miles per hour. It's just under 100 miles away from the speedway, moving in this direction. That puts the backside of this, we dry out the track probably right around 2:30, possibly slightly before that. And I don't believe there's any rain that will accompany it behind it for several hours to follow. Plenty of dry time. I don't see why we're not racing by 4 o'clock, 3:30 to 4 o'clock, somewhere in there, depending how long it takes to dry the track out. I don't see why that's not happening. Okay. Interesting comment there from Eric. He says, just lost power in Plainfield, 45, 50 mile per hour gusts. Power flickered a little bit here in Martinsville as well, but it's kind of come down a little bit. In fact, I think the back side of me is wet from staying here and letting the rain come in. So that's great. A lot of you watching, share it with a friend. Rain moves out of IMS 2:30. Okay, maybe slightly before. Southern and southeastern Indiana, Kentucky, Lexington, you're getting blasted right now with a strong line of thunderstorms, 60, 80 mile per hour winds. Not out of the question there at all. And it's windy. Wind is crazy in Greenwood, closer to Martinsville. Again, I'm close to that as well. Mark says right now that it's downpouring in Zionsville. That is correct. So we are just waiting and watching the arrival for the heaviest rain to be over the track. And again, that should not be but just a couple more minutes before it's really coming down pretty heavily there. Regardless, it doesn't matter at this point. It's been postponed. It's going to rain. If you don't see it, you'll see it in just a moment. It's no question. All right. So that's the idea right now. Now, a lot of you have asked about the evening wave, of the next round. What's going to happen tonight? Well, that's an interesting question. And it's really going to depend on how much destabilization can occur with this after this wave departs. That's going to be a tough one. Some of the data is saying this second round will stay south of Indianapolis. I don't particularly see that, and I don't particularly disagree with that, is what I should say. And I'm going to show you that here now with the second wave. I'm going to share this tab. This is our forecast radar guidance. And again, you can see the first wave as it moves out. Again, it is east of the city by 3 o'clock. Several hours of dry time. In fact, no redevelopment of moisture on the future radar guidance about 7:30 to 8 p.m. tonight. But note that is all most likely going to come south of Interstate 70. You can see nasty thunderstorms do develop by 7 and 8 p.m. tonight along and south of I-70. Okay, continue to take it forward here. It tries to hit the Indy metro area on the northern fringe of this around 10 o'clock tonight. The heaviest or the strongest of these storms will be from I-70 south in southern Indiana, Bloomington, Columbus, Seymour, Bedford, Jasper, Huntington, Evansville, Louisville, right? Clark County down there, Dearborn County down to the south. That's I-70 south, right? I'll zoom in a little bit just so you get a little bit better idea of what I'm saying here. Again, it can thunderstorm. They can be strong and severe tonight. It is along and south of I-70 for the strong stuff. Okay, for the strong stuff. Now, additional rain and thunderstorms overnight. This is a snapshot here at 1 a.m. are certainly possible across central Indiana. Okay, and that will be north of 70 even. The strongest, most severe part of this stuff looks to be from along and south of Interstate 70 right now is the thought process there. Okay, so that is the idea right now. Let's see here. Yeah, that sounds about right. Rain at the track and thunder, lots of dark clouds and steady wind. Yep, that makes sense. Go back to the, should be seeing that heavy rain approaching the speedway any moment. It may already be. Now we've got a thunderstorm in our current conditions, so it's coming down pretty good. I will say the cloud to ground lightning strikes seem to have lessened a little bit. I see more cloud to cloud, which are the dashes, than I do cloud to ground. But nonetheless, there's still lightning in the area for sure. Let's see. So is it just around 7 to 8 of severe weather in Bloomington or longer? I think tonight, between that 8 to midnight time frame down south. Okay. Awesome. I will take a couple of last minute questions. I wanted to get the update out. I want you to share it with a friend. It's thunderstorming, heavy rain, vivid lightning, gusty winds at the track between now and 2:30. I think rain is exiting IMS 2:15 to 2:30 right now. I don't see a reason why we cannot race closer to 4 o'clock. I think it's possible, and there is no moisture after that. I don't see any reason why the race can't get started and finished completely for tonight. And there's nothing that I see that should say otherwise. Okay. A lot of you, again, continuing to ask about that severe threat. I'm going to show you one more time the current Storm Prediction Center outlook for the area. Okay. And so you can see what I'm talking about here. Here's the area for the enhanced risk of severe weather. The tornado threat is greatest down across southern Indiana, eastern or western Kentucky, northwestern Tennessee, southeastern Illinois. The hail risk is greatest there as well. The wind risk will extend a little bit further than east. You do have a 30% chance of damaging wind gusts tonight, especially further south you go along the Ohio River. You're seeing that already right now. And we'll continue to see another round of strong storms here. Late mentioned just moments ago. Okay. Zoom back into the Motor Speedway here. And I will see if there are any last minute questions before I wrap this up. Ed Carpenter. We're forecasting for him, so might as well root for him, right? Ed Carpenter. Can I watch the race on live television? I have no idea. I'm giving you the weather. I don't know. Maybe you can watch it somewhere. Google it. You guys would be surprised how much you could get from these little things if you just use them. Google it. Do you think they will remove the enhanced below Indy? I don't. I think that the rain getting out at 2:30 means that I think there's time for destabilization for the evening round. Okay. Go Ed. That's what I'm saying. Go Ed. We love it. I agree, Hannah. No idea if they're doing the flyover. Thank you, Donna Proctor, for the nice words. What's the clearing look like right now after this cloud-wise west? That's a great question. Let's take a look. He's asking about cloud cover, and I will show you. Severe thunderstorm warning has just been issued. Let's go over here and pop this up. We're going to have to put the cloud cover on standby. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Indianapolis metro area. You can see that here across the screen in the orange. It is for hail up to 3/4 of an inch and 60-mile-per-hour wind. I am not surprised by this, being that I was seeing this earlier with the data in the radar. So I'm going to go over here to Doppler radar where I can kind of track this for you and share this screen for you. That severe thunderstorm warning is going to go for the next 30 minutes. It's going to include all of the downtown Indianapolis area, including IMS. You have a severe thunderstorm warning for the next 29 minutes for Indianapolis. And I'm going to go now and share the radar so we can talk about this and time this out for you real quick. Again, there's that severe thunderstorm warning. I will dual panel it here. You can see I also want to be cognizant of winds. And there it is right over the radar dome. In fact, if you look here, there's indications right here of that's actually over the radar dome where there's no data. That circle there, that's called the cone of silence. That's where the radar dome, the wind is on top of it, so it can't scan it. It only scans horizontally. It does not scan vertically. So that's the cone of silence. But the heaviest wind now is going to be moving into the speedway any moment. If there is going to be a severe wind gust, it's going to be within the next 10 minutes as that storm continues to move. Let's get some tracking here. It is moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. So what I'm going to do is I'll time out the strongest part of this storm cell for you so you can get an idea of where that's going to be. Let's do a track here. We'll go this way, just like this, and we'll do 45 miles per hour. Okay, now just east of the speedway, because that strongest part of that cell is probably going to be, I tell you what, I'm going to redraw this because I do see some heavier returns there at 45 miles per hour. This is going to put the storm center at 1254 over the track. 1254 is where the strongest gust of wind will likely skirt over the speedway. Let's see. Radar right now getting 50-mile-per-hour winds northeast of the dome. I'm going to go over here to our terminal Doppler. Issue is I don't have good base velocity data. There we go. Now this is interesting. Base velocity data just southwest of the track. Just southwest of the track, Ben Davis area, Keystone Manor. You see this right here? Here's the speedway. Let's clear this off. All right, latest scan there. There's the IMS right there. You see the IMS here. Right there, that's the track. Okay. Just southwest is where we're seeing those wind gusts now in excess of 50 miles per hour. They're headed right for the track. If you're moments, any second, you're going to see these strong winds move over the track here. Great call by the Weather Service to issue this warning. Seeing these enhanced wind signals here getting right over the track. Okay. Reading comments here real quick. Okay, there's the latest scan that you just saw come in. I see some of your kind comments in there. Thank you. Dustin said you called this warning in your morning video. Tyler said the dude is good. That's very nice of you. You guys are nice. Thank you. There's the wind right there. 52-mile-per-hour wind gust now just south of the track. If you're at the track, you're feeling it. It is certainly windy. Make that a little bit clearer. See that so I can. There's the severe thunderstorm warning for 24 more minutes. See, the heaviest part of the storm is almost to the speedway. It's great to have the terminal Doppler data when some of the main stuff is over the dome. Get you such better readings here. I'm going to zoom in. Again, just so you can see, there's the speedway. Okay, we are talking about, I'll put this right here. We are talking a severe thunderstorm warning. Here's the speedway. The location of that strongest wind now is right on the southwest corner of first turn here. We'll measure that distance. 1.6 miles away. That heaviest wind is 1.6 miles away now, southwest side of the track. Okay. Zoom this out. See if we have any stronger wind returns here at the northwest side, in Royalton, Indiana, Zionsville as well. There's another indication of 55 mile per hour, 56 mile per hour winds there in northwestern Marion County. Okay, so again, if you're at the track and you're watching us right now, you're gonna have your strongest 52 mile per hour wind is just southwest of you, arriving literally any minute, probably about 60 seconds to 120 seconds. That strong wind gust will be overhead if it's not already there. But you can see it, what I'm talking about, moving north and east right there. Okay. Now, for those of you curious, you probably still got a lot of you watching. I haven't checked the viewer count. Yeah, there's a lot of you watching. You're welcome, Katie. Love BAM because I explain what we see on radar. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are sheltering in place at the track. I hope so. I sure hope that you are. We talked about this yesterday and this morning. We put out a couple of free videos. If you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, I hope that you are now. We did pretty well with this forecast. They aren't getting texts and can't load weather alerts. This is an interesting statement, and I don't see that being wrong. I agree with Kara. There's so many people in one place that these cell towers just can't. They don't do great, you know. So luckily, this isn't like life-threatening situation at the track. This isn't the worst weather we've ever seen. As long as everyone's shelter in place and outside of this, I don't think there's going to be anything seriously wrong or a lot of injury or anything or damage to property. I don't see that happening right now. So rest assured knowing it's a strong storm, but it's not the strongest storm. It's not, it's nothing crazy right now other than some strong wind, heavy rain for sure, and lightning going on across the track right now. Okay. Go back over to the normal Doppler radar for a little bit better view here. And go to the high-res velocity scans. Yeah, so it's right over this track right now. 42, 50 mile per hour winds. I'm going to pull this back out. Go back to, I don't want to see that. Go back to the single panel radar. And I tell you what I'm also noticing still, for those of you really curious on the backside departure, I'm really noticing a shrinkage in size of the moisture plume. Say that 10 times fast. The low-level jet is really drying out the backside of this very quickly. I feel very confident 2:15 to 2:30 it is done raining at the track, maybe even before that. I'll have to watch this another 20 minutes or so, but I wouldn't be shocked if it's out of here by 2 o'clock, possibly even. But make no mistake, right now there is a severe thunderstorm warning for the Indy metro area, and that's going to go. You can see that yellow box there. That's going to go for the next 20 minutes. Some small hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being possible for the time being. Okay, I'm going to gather my bearings here real quick. Okay. Eric makes a great comment. We were kind of the first to start doing this stuff 10 years ago, and since then a lot of things and people and places have come out of the woodwork with this type of stuff. And I like to try and keep it as old school as I can. In fact, what I'm doing right now with showing you the radar and having like a professional streaming service goes against every bone in my body that I believe in. I'd rather be streaming from my phone, showing you the radar on my phone and walking around. But I've tried to get a little bit more professional here so I can stream to multiple platforms and all that other crap. But I love the old school streaming from my phone, holding it in my hand, and it's built up a great following over the years of people tuning in when stuff hits the fan. So Tyler says BAM weather are the OGs. We are, and it's tough to beat the first, that's for sure. So love it. Any questions, guys? Do you think Terre Haute, Indiana is safe from tornadoes tonight? I do. I mean, I can't rule it out. I think the majority of the activity is south and east. I wouldn't sleep on it. Keep your guard up. It's not totally out of the question here. So keep your guard up. The chance of a tornado right now is relatively slim. We're not talking tornadoes right now. We're talking severe thunderstorm warning in Indy for the next 20 minutes. Okay. All right, Eric. Hey, thanks for reminding me. He goes, "Can we look at the cloud cover after this?" We can. I wanted to look at it and got distracted. Eric's like, "Can you shut up and show me the clouds?" Hey, I get it, man. I'm with you. I want to see them too. Let me get my tab here. Okay. You see a stark clearing in cloud cover. Earlier today, I posted that we wouldn't see the sunshine until about 4 o'clock. True to that. I think the sunshine is 4 to 4:30. Peaks of sun can happen. The clearing is probably 4 to 4:30. The rain stopping is 2 to 2:30, but the clearing in the backside there, you can see where the jet is drying it out. And there is sunshine in Western Illinois. It's pure crystal blue sky. There's not even a cloud in the sky in Western Illinois. So I do think we will see the sun. But I think that's closer to 4:30. And I think that might be right when the race can start, is about 4 o'clock. So maybe the sun's coming out as we're going green. I wouldn't see that being too far off right now, based on what I'm seeing at satellite and radar. So definitely we'll see some sunshine to end the day. And that might help to recharge the instability in the atmosphere. And I can kind of show you that thought process. You can see where the energy is the highest right here. There's a lot of Cape there in northern Kentucky. You can see where it's been zapped here. All right, watch here in southwest Iowa, the green coming back. See it down there in Missouri too. See the Cape coming back where the sun is? So that's where the sun, we may allow the energy to recharge, and for the second round of thunderstorms here later tonight. So yeah, I do have a lot of you asking if there's going to be tornadoes in certain cities, and there's absolutely no way I can predict that. It's I can tell you if you're at risk for them. I can't predict them. So 9 p.m., it may be storming again. Yes, for sure. I got it out here. That's where I'm at, coming down a little bit. It's been raining now for about an hour. So, okay. Well, one last time, for those of you watching, we do have the severe thunderstorm warning over Indy. The worst is now northeast of the track, getting into northern Marion County, southern Hamilton County, and the Noblesville Fisher areas. Okay, the worst is north and east of the track. Okay, that's a great thing. The rain will continue at the track for the next hour, 2 hour and 20 or so. I'm holding to 2 to 2:30, and I think before 2:30 it could be possible that it's done raining there. We'll see. That the back edge of that is moving in pretty quick. So I'm encouraged by the back end signal here of rainfall exiting. Let's see just real quick here if I can measure this out for you. That is, time is at 1:01. I'm going to go back here to, tell you what, I like my other application better to do this with. I'll time out the back edge for you one more time, and then I'm getting off here. Okay. I'll share the screen with you so you guys can see, when does rain exit IMS? Last time we're going to do this. Here's what I do. I look at the backside. I'm watching the radar loop. Put it into motion. Stark cutoff and moisture there. No question. See the back edge there. It's all dry back in here. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to time how quickly the back edge is moving west to east, and the part that I think is going to position itself over the track is right in through here. Okay. So I time that. Zoom in a little bit. That's where I hunt. In case you're curious, don't try to come and find you. You might get shot. I might snipe you out of the tree or something. Don't come find me while I'm hunting. I'm kidding. I'm not going to shoot you. Please don't email me, complain to anyone. It's just a joke. Okay. So there we are right now, backside moisture, 1 o'clock. We're going to go back to noon. Okay. Right there. And there was your backside for the most part right here. It's like a thunderstorm watch was just issued east. I'll talk about it in a second. We're timing out the end right here. $45 miles an hour. Backside moving 45. I was getting 50 a minute ago. 45 miles per hour, backside. It's 56 miles away. That is 1 hour and 10 minutes. That is 2:13. If you're at IMS, if you're waiting for the rain to start, I have a backside dry arrival of air into Indy at 2:13. That's the idea right now. Dry air Indy 2:13. That's what I have. So how about that? Okay. Now, one last thing. I do see that there was a severe thunderstorm watch that was issued. I will show you that real quick so you can see it for the eastern part of the state. Oh, that storm down there is nasty. I'll go over here, share this, and then I'm hopping off here. I know I keep saying I'm hopping off. Severe thunderstorm watch out east for the next 7 hours. You see it there covering the eastern part of the state. There's a tornado watch down there in Kentucky right now. That's pretty nasty. That's going to go for the next 3 hours. But from warnings now, southeast Indiana getting into Cincinnati. These are for 70-mile-per-hour winds with a considerable wind damage threat down here across southern Indiana as this storm continues to move off to the north and east. 2:13 is when the rain exits the speedway. So thank you all for watching. I will come back on and update if needed. Right now, I need to charge my batteries because my computer's at 6% and my phone is at 60%. And I'm going to charge it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Stay safe out there. We'll welcome in the dry weather at the track at 2:13.